Well, hey guys, Tony here from LFTC Presents, and today we're making wine. Now I was scrolling through Facebook like everybody does, and you know how you get 1 million different type of ads that pop up? Well, one of them popped up and said, Brewsy, make your own wine out of any fruit juice. And I was like, that sounds delicious. So I ordered up one of their deluxe kits that come with the big glass 1 gallon jug, 4 of the wine bottles, the stoppers, comes with the thing that makes all the magic. This is the winemaking yeast. It's fine fermenting blend. I don't know what any of that means. All I know is I want to make my own fruit juice wine, because in Florida we always would go get fruit juice wine made out of blueberry or strawberry or pina colada wines, you know, all the non-traditional wines, and we absolutely loved them. So if I can take, like they say, cran apple, which is one of my favorite juices, and I can turn it into a delicious wine, well heck, I'm sold. So I guess there's one thing left to do. Let's start making the wine. Now it's supposed to be super easy to make your own wine. So here's what it says. You're gonna, step 1, get your juice ready. You're gonna pour your juice into the gallon jug. So we're gonna be pouring our cran apple into the gallon jug. You're gonna leave about 3 or 4 inches from the top, and you're gonna add sugar. Now the sugar depends on how sweet you want the wine. When you order the kit, you get the Brewsy app. On the app, it'll ask you what your sweetness desire it is. Do you want it dry or do you want a dessert wine? And there's all these steps in between. I like a sweeter wine, so it's gonna be as sweet as the juice. So that's 2 1/4 cups of sugar. All right, back to this. You're gonna pour your juice into the jug. You're gonna make space for sugar and fizzing. You're gonna pour out 2 cups of the juice. You can refrigerate that for later. You're gonna add your sugar. I'll be doing 2 1/4 cups of sugar because I like it sweet. And then we're gonna shake it really hard until all the sugar's dissolved. Then we're gonna add one of the Brewsy bags into it. And then we are going to shake that to wake up the yeast and start eating that sugar, making alcohol. Then we're gonna put the rubber stopper in, and then we're gonna fill it with water up to the fill line. And then you're gonna label your Brewsy with the included stickers that didn't come in my kit. I reached out to the company. I'll let you know how the customer service is. And you'll put that on there and you'll name your Brewsy. And you're gonna cover your jug in a towel and you're gonna put it somewhere dark and warm. You want it between 75 degrees and I don't see where else it is. I know it's like 75, in between 75 and 85 degrees. So I'm gonna go put it downstairs in the basement next to the furnace. That'll keep it nice and warm. It's nice and dark. You're gonna leave it down there for about 3 days and then you're gonna taste it. No, it's not gonna be like, oh my God, that's so good yet. But you're gonna taste it for sweetness only. If it's at your desired sweetness, then you'll move on to the next steps. Let's get our jug. We did wash this out prior to use. Let's get our juice. I already have the 2 cups taken out of this one. Let's get a funnel. Now it says you can, if you don't want to get the deluxe kit and get this big jug, you can make it supposedly right in here. I'm sure you'll have to cut back. On the app, it says, do you want to make a gallon? Do you want to make a pint? Do you want to make a quart? So it'll work it out for you, your 64 ounces. And you can make it right in the plastic jug. But again, I'm the type of person, if I'm going to do something, I'm going all in. Again, you want to leave about 3 inches from the top. It says it's 2 cups. We'll see. Now, I guess if I was smart, I would have went ahead and put the sugar in first and then put the juice in, because now you have to wash your funnel and dry it so the sugar doesn't stick all to it. I was just following directions, but I'll start making up my own rules after I get through this first batch. All right, 2 1/4 cups of sugar. Well, I guess once you put the sugar in, it is about 3 inches from the top. My God, I guess I should just follow the directions, because they're right. All right, now we're gonna put the lid on, and we are gonna shake it till that sugar is dissolved. All right, when you get your kit, hopefully it has the Brewsy sticker and the other sticker you put on there so you can label what kind of wine you're making. Because if you're making more than one type of wine, you want to have a cool name instead of just cran apple wine. In fact, if you know a cool name for a cran apple wine, leave in the message below. And if you like my videos and you're getting something out of it, go ahead and hit that little red button down there and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell, bing, so you know when all my new videos come out. All right, see? Making wine and getting the workout. All right, that looks like it's pretty dissolved. So let's add the magic ingredient, the Brewsy bag. Fine fermenting blend, makes wine, cider, and mead. Oh yeah, if you don't want to just do wine and you want to do like an Angry Orchard type cider, you make it with the same thing. And you can make honey wine, mead wine, which we will try. But first we're going cran apple. All right, guys, the buffet's open. Enjoy. Make that booze. Now we're going to shake it again to wake up that yeast. All right, now I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but it looks like there's some chunks of the yeast from the Brewsy bag still in there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it looks like, it just looks like there's little clumps of it. So I'm gonna keep shaking and see if I can break those down. There's still a little bit in there, but we'll see what happens. All right, now we're gonna put the stopper in. Take off the lid here. We're gonna fill it to the fill line with water. We're gonna put the little cap back on it. It has little holes in the top. And we're gonna push this in here. Make sure it's nice and snug. If it doesn't fit into your bottle correctly, they say to boil it for a few minutes and then it'll mold into where you want to put it in. This is fitting perfect into the one that comes with it. All right, it says the next step is to wrap it with a towel and put it somewhere dark and warm for 5 days. And it is really dark down there already, so the towel probably isn't needed, but I'm just doing everything it says in the instructions. All right, see you in 5 days. Let's go make that magic. Okay, we're on day 3. This is the day that we are supposed to taste it, not for like quality of the flavoring and how everything's supposed to taste amazing, but the sweetness. Now I did notice down here it was running about 65 degrees. So I did put a wine heating pad I got off of Amazon, as you can see right there. And I put a thermometer stick on here, whatever they're called. That way we can see I am been now running about 82 degrees. 79 to 82 degrees. So let's take it upstairs and let's give it a try. All right, I don't know what to expect here, but let's give it a try. I heard it can taste very yeasty. I don't know, I've heard so many different things, so here we go. I know it's fermenting because you can see all the bubbles like I showed you in the picture, so I don't even know if I'm doing this the right way, but this is the way I'm gonna try it. Actually tastes pretty good. Super sweet. I don't taste any booze, but obviously it's fermenting, as you can see by the little bubbles that were rising. I'll show you again here in a second. So since this is day 3, it says you can go 3 to 5 days. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it for the full 5 days and see where we're at. Now I see the little thing bubbling right here too, so I know it's fermenting. It just doesn't taste like booze. It tastes like really sweet juice. Tastes really good though. I don't taste any yeast or anything. So if you have any hints for me, put it down in the comments below. This is my first batch I ever made. I'm gonna go put it back down in the basement, let it stay toasty for a couple more days, and we'll see you then. Okay, the instructions said to put this on loosely. Don't crank it down, just put it on loosely and put it in the fridge, minimum of 2 days. At the end of 2 days, all the fermentation will stop, sediment will be at the bottom, and then we will put it into different containers. Well, in you go. Well, my friends, the time has come. After 5 days of fermentation, 3 days of cold crashing in the fridge. It's now time to rack the wine. Now it is time to separate your Brewsy from the sediment. There's sediment at the bottom here. You may not be able to see it because the glass is frosty from being in the fridge, and now it's not. But that is the yeast. It all died. Happy death, I hope. That made our alcohol. It's at the bottom. You want to separate the wine from the sediment because that stuff's nasty. This step is called racking, which is a fancy word for pouring your Brewsy off the sediment into a different container. It says, pour your Brewsy slowly into a different container, then stop pouring once you get to the cloudy part at the bottom. Again, you can't see it probably because of the glass being frosty from coming out of the fridge. Throw the sediment out and return your Brewsy to the fridge with a loose cap for storage, which I'm going to store them in these. Now, a lot of people pour it off very slowly into another container. That's cool. I'm sure that works great. I've never done it. I've never done this before. So when I start a new hobby, unfortunately, I go all in. I buy all the toys. So what I bought was the Auto Siphon Mini. Now this is supposed to be really easy. You put it in here and you can siphon it off in your glasses without having to pour it and hopefully not making a mess and everything. I've never used this either. I did sanitize it and clean it well along with all the other containers, and we're gonna try it together for the first time. So hope I don't mess it up, and if I do, or if I'm doing something wrong, leave a comment below and let me know. I'm sure you will. Now I was thinking about moving it from here to here, and then from here to here, here, and here, here. Sounds like a lot of steps. So I'm gonna move this off to the side, and we're just gonna go straight into the bottles, and then we'll save this for the next batch. It has this little clip on it. That way it holds it in place. And you can move it up or down, which is kind of nice too, because you don't want to get it all the way down that sediment. Listen to me acting like I know what I'm talking about. All right, well, here we go. Let's rack the wine. With this, you just take this and you give it a couple pumps up and down. And it starts the siphoning. Now it's supposed to keep going. I don't have it up high enough for it to siphon right, even though it is still doing it. By looking at all this, do you feel like you're in like a B version of Breaking Bad or Moonshiners? I don't know, it just looks pretty funny now that I look at it all set up. I'm here to make the moonshine. Actually, that's working pretty good. I actually like it not just automatically keep siphoning because I can stop it now and move it over, maybe. I better clamp it off. Stop. Hey. It's nice and clear too, I'm surprised. I did buy the clear stuff, you know, the Go Clear, just in case it was too cloudy, because I heard it could be cloudy, but that actually looks pretty dang good. I filled it up a little too high, I know. We'll fix that. This one I'll stop a little earlier and try again not to make a mess. Again, I'm sure I'm doing this the wrong way, but it's working. So leave me alone. Push this down a little bit because it looks like it's getting close to the end there. Here we go. Actually, that siphon's pretty good. Again, I'm sure if you put it up a lot higher, it'll siphon a lot faster, but for what I'm doing, I think this is perfect because I kind of control the flow so I don't make a mess. By the way, if you're interested in the Auto Siphon or any other products I have, I will leave a link down below for you. There. Yep. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me take this off. There's quite a bit of sediment at the bottom there. You see that? That's kind of nasty. I'm sure I can keep going, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna dump this out and then we're gonna try it. All right, I'm gonna put this lid on here. And these will go into the fridge. and get ready for the Super Bowl party in a few days, and drink this wine. Now we'll pour off the one that's a little full here into the glass. All right, 5 days of fermenting, 3 days cold crashing. We just racked it. Now it's time to try it. It smells like wine. I don't even smell the cranberry. I hope it tastes like cranberry, but you can definitely smell the wine. Now, one bad thing is I did not use the hydrometer first. You're supposed to, after you put the sugar in and mix up all the juice, put the hydrometer in there, get a reading. Then after you add the yeast and let it ferment for 3 to 5 days, then you take another reading. It'll tell you how much alcohol is in here. So I have no clue how much alcohol is in here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna taste it now, let you know how it tastes, tell you if it tastes boozy, if it's sweet or whatnot. Then tonight when my wife gets home, we're gonna polish off a bottle. Okay, maybe not a whole bottle, but we'll see. And we'll let you know then how much alcohol is in it. All right, let's give it a try. Pinky's out. That tastes like wine. That tastes like fruit wine that we bought down in Florida. That is delicious. It's sweet. That's the way we like it. That's the way we made it. It has a light flavor of the cranberry and apple, and you can taste the booze in it. That is really good. Oh yeah, that is delicious, guys. This is definitely worth making, and I can't wait to do it again. So now, what do we call this wine? This is my first batch. So we have to come up with a cute name for it, right? You're supposed to have a cool name for wine. I know what I'm gonna call it. Red Kingdom wine, baby. Go Chiefs!